Hello guys, welcome to the new episode of Investigator series. Today we're going to MakeOver Aesthetics. They're a premier beauty salon and one of the best cosmetic companies in the whole Miami area. My wife is actually a customer of theirs and she went yesterday for a C-section laser scare removal. While getting the service, she found out that they're actually a franchise. I'm extremely interested to go and speak to them about what can they offer to potential franchisees and what kind of results they expect from expansion of the company with franchising. You ready guys? Let's go. All right. Oh wow, this is beautiful. Awesome. How many people daily approximately come? Approximately.
I'd say 100 appointments.
All right. Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have consultation and then you also have fish services.
Okay. There's always consultation involved, obviously, right?
Correct. And then here we have what's our medical office. We take corporate meetings there, whether it's for franchise opportunities or for employment. That's pretty much like our HR.
Okay.
This is the busy bee area, like I like to call it. You have calls coming in all day.
Busy bee?
That's right. So we always have our TV here showing what our... So these are the treatments. We like to display them so everyone can, you know,
Does it? Do you feel like it works like a little bit of like an upsell? Like when say someone came for something and they're like, oh, they also do this and this?
Absolutely.
That's what we use in our business.
That's the purpose as well. You know, they learn a little bit more. They came in for one reason and then they see that we have something else.
Do other services.
Exactly. Exactly. So then let's take a look at what...
These are all the permits of theirs?
Yep. We keep that there so that
Which ones, by the way, you have to have? Like, do you know anything about that? Like,
yeah, so it depends pretty much on, we have different offerings, for instance, for like the franchise opportunity. So it depends on the type of services that you want. And then from there, that's where we have like the different business models.
I got you.
Yep. So this is what our stretch mark camouflage cabin will look like.
Is it one of the most popular services that you guys do?
Yes.
Is it what you're known for?
Exactly. So
what is it called again?
It's
stretch mark camouflage. Okay.
Correct. We also call it medical camouflage because not only can you treat stretch marks with it, but you could also treat scars.
Okay.
So people that have like tummy tucks, surgeries and that, we can also treat it.
What's the most popular like reason females and males, I'm assuming, getting the stretch marks? What is that?
We have actually a lot of men that come in for stretch marks as well, which is, you know, you wouldn't think like a man, you know, would be insecure about a stretch mark, but hey, they are. So that's actually one of the things that we treat a lot of men for, and then it could also be treated with laser. So we do sometimes what we're really good at is doing specialized treatments. So we'll do, for instance, a package of, okay, let's do a minimum of 6 sessions on your stretch mark or of your scar with that laser, and then let's finish up the results with the actual camouflage. We don't like to put individuals through the whole process of the camouflage if it's not necessary. If we see that we can get rid of it with laser, even better. Why have to have a tattoo? Because that's basically what it is.
So camouflage, that was my next question. Camouflage is pretty much like a tattoo thing?
Exactly.
Really?
What our specialist is actually like, she's stood out from the market is because she has specialized in creating your pigment color to be precise to your actual skin tone.
Is it matching with a paint?
Right,
Also?
so us women, we buy makeup, for instance, right? Yeah. And then sometimes we have to stick to the color that matches or resembles our skin tone the most, and then that's where you'll see women like, oh, your makeup looks orange, and like your neck is like a different color. So she used that same mentality and said, hey, you know, sometimes I have to mix my concealers to get my precise color. That's the same way that this should be treated. We shouldn't stick with like the generic colors that come in the pigments, and we should actually create a blend of color to match the person's skin tone.
So we can call it the medical
camouflage, correct.
Camouflage, yeah.
And the difference between like our specialties here is that, for instance, a lot of individuals, they are not aware if they have hyperpigmentation. So what we can ensure you is that, you know, God forbid that is a reaction that you do have in your skin, we can then treat you, versus if you go to a tattoo shop where they, you know, they do this exactly.
Because it's pretty much tattooing on the scar, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is. So this is what the our room for stretch mark camouflage looks. As you can see, we have a different logo for it because we also have our own pigment line for it that she's establishing, that, as you can see right here.
Oh, she has her own pigments?
Correct.
Oh, nice.
She created her own pigments so that they're not as generic as like the ones that are out in the market. So this is where it all happens. You know, again, we like to have the person feel relaxed, watching something as they're getting the procedure done.
Right.
And then let's take a look.
What's the most common reasons of the stretch marks to appear? Like, is it the delivering the baby? Is it like people losing weight? What is this? 'Cause I have no idea anything
We've
about
had individuals that come in that they're very skinny, they've never been overweight, and they just naturally, their skin starts to develop stretch marks. And then you do have very common causes, for instance, like pregnancy, that will cause that. And like how you mentioned, you know, overweight people, then they lose weight, and the whole process of their skin, you know, will then create that.
Okay. Laser, like you basically can treat the stretch marks with this and with the laser?
Correct.
It takes one procedure for both
So
kinds
the
of services?
stretch mark is done, the stretch mark camouflage is done in one session. There's sometimes individuals where we'll do a little bit of a touch-up.
After a certain amount of weeks?
After
days?
it's healed, so the healing process is just like a tattoo healing process where you're looking at approximately a month, where then it's gonna first scab up. You have to keep it healed. We recommend just aquifer. And
similar to tattoos, right?
Yeah, very similar, same exact healing process. And then after that, then we'll come in, we'll do a revision, make sure you know the patient is happy. That's very important for us.
Add pigment maybe, yeah?
Exactly.
A little bit on the side.
And then exactly, we want to make sure that the person is not hyperpigmentating, and you know, just ensure that the results were ideal.
Is that what it is?
That's an actual before and after. So you'll see here where the person had stretch marks, and then the after results. Where
But this
you
is
don't
laser,
see.
right?
No, that was done with stretch mark camouflage.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
So we can say that there is a tattoo here.
Absolutely.
Invisible
that is
tattoo.
a tattoo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable technique. This is great.
So
for how long it lasts?
I'm sorry?
For how long it lasts? Like for how long?
Forever. It's permanent. It's the actual only permanent solution that there is thus far for stretch marks. The technique derived from Brazil, and then that's where then she adapted it, and again she's modified it to her, you know, to what she's seen has the best results, which is, like I said, you know,
like if I have this one, can something be done to this?
Absolutely.
Really?
So first, because it has a little bit of texture, we would say we would first treat it with laser so that we can remove that texture. And then once that stretch mark has then gone into a more natural state, then we would go over with the camouflage.
So they pretty much can do it on the face if someone has a scar.
And then what's very important is that we first have individuals come in for an evaluation, because there's a lot of individuals that are not aware that, you know, they have stretch marks and they're still red. When they're red, we cannot treat them at that state.
Are they fresh when they're red?
Exactly. They're very new.
Okay.
And individuals can have them for up to a year even in that state. So you first have to ensure that they're treated.
They're set.
Exactly. We have creams for that. We also have laser treatments as well, so that we can get it into a more natural pigment color.
So the laser removal for the scars, it's a one-time procedure, or it's a series of procedures?
That one's in sessions, and you do it every 4 to 6 weeks.
What is the price? Like, are they?
It varies depending on how many sessions you're gonna do, and it also varies on how many areas you have that you're treating. Exactly.
So this service is a part of franchise offering, correct?
Correct. So the first actual business model is just this itself, just this room where you're just going to be doing this. And for that, you know, you had asked earlier, like what kind of licenses for this one. The only thing you would have to do is, if you do buy into the franchise fee already includes your training with our specialists, so that you already know how to do the technique. And the only other thing that you would then require is a permanent tattoo license, which does not require a course. It's just an online application you have to do, and you're set, you're good to go.
All right, when did you guys start your franchising this concept?
We actually just recently have launched our opportunity. We're getting together a market plan and everything so that we can officially, you know, put that out there. But it's actually a very new opportunity. We already have investors that are very interested, because a lot of times you'll see the consumers, or you know, of our own treatments will actually be the people that see the opportunity as very valuable, because they've been here, they see the day-to-day, they come in and they're like, wow, this place is very busy. But again, that's, you know, very slim to none.
Okay.
So, but we do have already meetings with potential franchisees, and they do already have a they have a location in Dallas, Texas.
I was about to ask. I know you have another location. Do they offer this over there?
Correct, they do.
How's it going?
It's going great.
Going great.
They actually mirror our numbers very equally, so they're doing actually fantastic. And we have a third location that's going to open up that they're already in the process of. They're in a state of letter of intent with the location. So we're.
It's going to be a separate location, or it's going to be embedded in some other business?
No, it's going to be the same as this. It's actually going to be like the first franchise that we pretty much.
This is going to be separately from like any other. It's not going to be inside of the other beauty clinic or something. So it's a separate business.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's basically just like a separate line that we've established to, it's basically like a joint venture between MakeOver Aesthetics and our specialist, which is Valentina Munevar. So it's
for the franchisees, how many, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, go
for the
ahead.
franchisees, how many rooms you recommend franchisees to open? Like how big of a facility you need?
It depends on the business model that you want, on how many services you're going to offer. For instance, if you're going to work with the first model, which would just be this one, we would recommend for you to have a consultation room, the room as this one where you're going to be doing the treatment, and for instance, just like a break room so that you could have your inventory.
Obviously,
and
reception.
That's it.
Do you guys see this business coming into the existing beauty spas, like a separate room or a group of rooms as a, addition to the existing operations?
First, before they were franchising, they were offering the course. And then once we started to franchise, we had to put a stop to that because we started to realize you're going to be training your competition, basically. So we don't want for seeds of our business to be elsewhere because of the fact that as well that we then can ensure what we spoke about earlier, whereas if an individual is not happy, how do we then treat it if they have hyperpigmentation? Here, when you do have a specialist and you do offer the other services like the laser, then we can take care of that issue. So then if we do go that route, then we're basically working like how individuals were at tattoo shops, they're offering this. And it takes away from the value of an individual coming in here, upselling to them, like how you mentioned, having awareness of our other procedures. And it just, I believe it devalues pretty much like our name brand.
Okay.
Our number one like appealing factor on any kind of advertisement that we do, even when it comes to our social media, right? Like people will come in and I would personally think, oh wow, we have cellulite treatments, like that has to be the number one thing for women. But believe it or not, stretch marks is actually one of the craziest insecurities for women, and that's something that they want to treat before they'll treat their cellulite, Not every individual has them, like this example right here where they're very light, where you'd say, you can't really see that too much. You have individuals where they're a little bit much more tan and they're actually a lot more visible. So we understand, where you'll go to the beach or something, you don't feel very comfortable in your skin. So it's very fruitful when you actually see those results, individuals, because they're very happy. They're like, wow, I can finally go to the beach and, you don't see these white lines all over myself. So, that's where this came, and it's very nice because again they see that our specialist, that's all she dedicates herself to all day. She's not involved in doing any other procedure, so she's constantly studying any kind of innovations that there is. She's constantly practicing the technique. She's offering courses to people outside of state, and that's where she pretty much dedicates her whole entire day to day.
This is very cool.
Believe it or not, 70% of our client base, they travel for this.
Oh,
because of the fact that it's one session,
Absolutely.
they travel because we can do your follow-up by just pictures. In fact, we start a lot of our evaluations with pictures. Of course, we can ensure that when you come in person, it looks the same. That's why we really tell them, listen, don't try to, if you're trying to get like a cheaper price, try to, show us the picture from far away. What we're really trying to analyze right here is if they're in the state where we can actually treat them. So, show us the pictures in good lighting, show them in dark lighting. We ask for all those specifications so that we can really ensure that you don't take that trip over here and then we tell you, oh, we can't treat you, you know?
How long of a training for the franchisees you think it's required? Say I want to take this concept to New York City, I want to put one downtown and close to
I'd say
Wall
a month.
Street. A month of training?
I'd say a month.
Both
to be fully-
in-house and
Correct,
like,
because one, you want to first sit in, as something as little as like from the very, very bottom of our employment, which would be like the front desk, right? Believe it or not, the front desk has a lot of steps to take. You have something as simple as every patient needs to sign their picture consent forms. You need to make sure that the
Has to be
patient
pictured?
fills out. Correct.
Yeah.
And you know, how to properly answer those phone calls, all of that really affects the business, you know.
Absolutely.
It's the very little details. And then you have the care of how to properly walk a patient into the room, how to make them feel comfortable. Like, look, here's a gown, you know, here's this, would you like anything to drink? XYZ. You really, people come in here and they're very, very nervous, you know, like,
Absolutely.
is this gonna hurt? Is it not gonna hurt? You know, things like that. So how to properly take care of a person, the hospitality. So I'd say that is approximately about a week. Then you have how to properly educate the patient, how to take a consultation, and you know, you're basically, a person comes in and it's telling you, I want to treat my cellulite, but you need to know how to upsell and how to explain to them, okay, not only are we going to treat your cellulite, but hey, listen, you also have a little bit of loose skin in this area, and you know, you don't want to make this person go home and cry and tell them like, wow, I went to a place thinking I only had cellulite, now I'm fat and I have this and I have that. You know, how to properly tell them, look, we're trying to help you, and you're actually going to look really a lot much better if you do this, and open their eyes to, you know, other treatments that we have, and explain to them their benefits as well, you know, because some of our treatments, for instance, the BB Glow, you know, BB Glow, it's not only just a beauty enhancement, you actually have benefits behind it.
What is BB Glow? I'm sorry.
BB Glow is a new technique that basically what it does is that with a derma pen, which is a pen that has micro needles, we're gonna go over your skin, and instead of it basically having serums that have only nutrients, this one actually has a bit of color, so you wake up in the morning and it looks as if you have a little bit of makeup on. So the results last about approximately 3 to 4 weeks, and then if you do multiple sessions, then you're looking at results that can last up to 3 months. So, you know, that's one of the things as well, like educating that patient, of letting them know this is not just a beauty enhancement where you're gonna look good in the mornings when you wake up and it's gonna get rid of like your under eye circles. We're actually putting things that are good for your skin, for the elasticity of it, for the appearance, you know, also educating individuals, like for instance, Botox. A lot of individuals hear Botox and they think, oh, that's, you know, from when I'm aging. No, on the contrary, if you don't do it at a certain age, then you're gonna have to do it so that you don't look like you're aging. Versus if you do it in your 25s, 26, now you're preventing what is actual aging. So it's pretty much educating that person so that they say, oh wow, I'm crazy, I'm 25, how am I gonna get Botox? No, that's not what it is. You know, you wanna prevent that when you're actually 35, you look like you're 25, versus now I'm 35 and I'm pushing looking like I'm 40, you know?
And now I have to fix everything.
Exactly,
right?
And it gets to a point where the wrinkles, they actually get to a point where doesn't matter how much Botox you put, you're still gonna have those lines, you know? Also educating men on that aspect. A lot of men, they're like, oh no, like me, Botox. They're like, listen, buddy, your wife is gonna be looking like she's 25 and you're looking like you're 45, you know? So let's get you some Botox as well. And men will actually be like, oh, okay, you know?
So usually wives bring the husbands?
Exactly.
Right.
They'll be like, oh, and schedule my husband in as well. And we're like, okay, no worries.
Are they
like,
nervous?
Yeah, they're the most quiet ones, you know? They come in and they're just looking down. They're like, you better not tell anybody, you know? So this is what our consultation room will look like as well.
Oh, wow.
So usually the person comes in, we weigh them, they'll sit down here with our specialist, and we'll then go over what it is that they're here for, right? So whether it's, okay, I came in for a facial, oh, that's great, and you know, let's check out your body. Like, is there anything else that you'd like to treat, you know? And this is basically where we, you know, go through with the patient.
All the
exactly. And then we have a lot of, like, for instance, we like to show our patients, like, you know, content like this so that they're aware and they see like before and afters, because of the fact that we don't like to pull out a patient file and show, you know.
I understand, yeah. So you have already
exactly. So we have things like this, as you could see.
All right.
And what I, you know, like I mentioned, it's very, very important to educate our patients. You know?
Yeah, I can imagine everyone wants to know what's going on and what
exactly. We educate them on exactly the brands that we use. We like to let them know we're not using any generic brands. We're actually going with, if you're coming here for Botox, we're using Botox brand. We're not going to dilute your product like other individuals do, and you know, just again, educating our patients.
Back to franchising part of thing is, do you expect your franchisees, future potential franchisees, to be already in this field? Like, can I, not being a doctor, not having medical education, buy a franchise and open one in Columbus, Ohio?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I find beautiful, because you don't need an MD at all in-house in order for you to operate. That's why we've actually divided our business models depending on that, right? On how many licenses you're gonna require. So the first one, like I mentioned, is just gonna be the stretch mark. So in order to do that, the only thing that you need is go through the course with our specialist and then also have that permanent tattoo license. That's it. Once you've generated your money back, now, okay, you wanna start offering laser? Great. Either A, we can put you in touch and corporate will help you find individuals that are already licensed, or B, you can go through yourself through that licensing and, you know, then start to offer that as well.
When you say license, you mean MD? Have a
No, not an MD, for the laser.
Oh, for the actual,
exactly,
yeah,
for laser. So there, it depends. And we have also corporal treatments, like the cellulite ones, where you also do need a few licenses for that. And then that's where then, you know, we suggest individuals that don't have that startup cost from the very beginning. Start off slow. Once you make your return of investment, slowly start to upgrade your business model.
Yeah.
Or if you do have it, you know, good startup cost, then we can either A, corporate will help you find those licensed individuals. Good thing about, like, for instance, Florida State is that everything is public record and you can always go online, check who's licensed in that specific license that you want, find those individuals, contact them. And a lot of times what we can also do, and what we've suggested, we actually do it ourselves here so that we can save up some, you know, payroll costs, is that you don't have those individuals all times. So you say, for instance, people that are gonna do laser, let's schedule them in Monday, Wednesday, Friday, exactly. And you have that person come in only on those days. It can get a little bit tricky because, of course, there's always gonna be those individuals or those are the days that they're not available. But again, we can always put it in a plan where you say, okay, what is it, you know, do a study of how many individuals those are, if it's really worth it or not, and maybe have once a week where that, you know, that specialist does come in the whole week, you know, and then call those patients and let them know. So
how hard is it to get the licensed individuals who are willing to come in and work for the separate business, not for themselves? Like, what's their motivation? Is it just lack of the clients?
I think that also what it is that we're already a reputable brand in this field and in this industry. Therefore, they're like, hey, wow, you know, I'm licensed. They're gonna bring me good clientele because they already have it. Why not partner with them and why not work with them? You know, so it's pretty much been fairly easy because of that aspect. But us specifically here, headquarters location, we don't have, other than just our medical assistant that we have come in a few days a week, everyone else is actually in-house and is here at all times.
What's the most complicated service that you provide here that actually requires the MD status?
Botox.
Botox?
Botox,
okay.
Correct. And for that, we do need to have a medical assistant available to do the injection.
Okay. So technically, if future franchisees wants to buy into a franchise and consider in the future to offer Botox services, they should not have any problems finding the MD in their locality. Okay,
Correct.
This is great. This makes it
so,
much more attractive because Botox services are huge.
Exactly. And corporate, again, we're more than willing to help out. A new thing that we're actually also doing is, like, for instance, for other type of employees, not individuals that are going to actually be doing treatments, like, you know, front desk, believe it or not, that's actually really hard to find individuals that are actually good at picking up those phones and actually being good. So we've networked with universities like Florida International University, FIU, where we have them come in first for like an internship, test them out, and then we see that they're good. And then if they happen to, hey, want to be into the medical industry, we've actually even been open to
Getting them on through
Listen,
their
we'll pay
end of
for
their
your
studies.
study. Exactly, we'll pay for your study, but it's going to be obviously deducted from your pay.
Oh, you even do that? So you have a program like that?
Exactly.
Okay,
why? Because at the end of the day, you could, after we're done paying for your study, leave and go work somewhere else. So we're definitely, you know, we'll pay it up front, but we're going to start reducing it from your pay.
Okay.
You know, so
they work here while they're still studying?
Absolutely.
This is a great idea.
Yeah.
So why did you actually decide to franchise?
So the reason why they decided to franchise is because, and again, we have pretty much been establishing the whole business model so well that we said, okay, we are ready to offer this to other individuals. We have we have already the model that has been proven. We have successfully been able to carry our business for X amount of years. And again, those are not factors as to why you should franchise, but that's what pretty much pushed them down the line where they said, okay, we're ready. You know? So that's pretty much the reason why they decided to franchise. They already have a location and they have the experience of running one that is outside of state as well, so that made them feel also comfortable, you know, to say, okay, we feel comfortable putting this in the hands of other individuals once we're protected by the laws of franchising. And we also now, you know, have the experience of working with other people that have our name brand in other states, and you know, it's a fun experience, of course, you know,
Absolutely.
to have that offering, you know.
How important do you think is the location factor for the future franchisees?
I think that a location factor is major.
Really?
Major. That is a hit or miss, and I think that's in any industry. Why? Because I think that the client base that you want, especially with us, for instance, one of our targeted audiences is individuals that have gone through surgeries, right? Because one of the main services that we offer that brings in the most money is that camouflage one, right? So what's the perfect audience for that? Individuals that go through surgery. So what's the prime area you want to put it in? You want to put it around surrounding plastic surgeons. You want to put it around individuals that are like-minded of these actual, you know, their appearance, you know? You don't want to put it in a place where you're perhaps, let's say, I don't know, by universities
residential,
or residential, because you're gonna, you know, that is better for other kind of industries, you know, restaurants, you know, things like that. So you want to put it around that kind of medical areas where you're in a like-minded, you know,
business
area.
community plus customer client base.
Exactly. Yeah. And also by income. You know, this is something that is not a need for individuals. It's more of a luxury for them.
That was actually my next question. What's the average, you think, income? Are they like of the customers?
I'd say middle to high class.
Middle to high class?
Yeah, definitely middle to high class. Don't get me wrong, you do have those individuals that they don't have the money for this, but nothing is a need until you want it. So, you know, they'll definitely not feed their dog for a week if they want to come in and get this done. And that's fine, you know? But that's not also the kind of client that you want to have, because then you don't have that client retention. They're not going to come in. So you want to have, again, those clients that they really love self-care, they like to come in and get their things done, you know, to treat themselves all over, you know, and those are the kind of, you know, areas that you want to put, you know, you want to go for a little higher end area.
And now what's your position here? What are you doing?
So as of now, I'm working on their sales. I basically handle the leads that we have for our courses. For our service leads, we do a lot of SEO advertisement, and we have campaigns that come in. So we have a CRM system. When those leads come in, to attack them right away, you don't want to wait any time, because an individual that you know, has interest in the service, they can quickly change their mind, or you know, once they're looking at something that they're interested in, they're also looking at our competitors. So it's about calling them, you know, bringing them in. Once you bring them in, you know, the place has a very nice appearance, and you look like you're, you know, wow, okay, like these people are very professional, and versus going to a place that is a bit smaller and looks a little bit more rinky-dinky, and you don't feel in such great hands, right?
Yeah, right.
So it's very important. That's why our branding also for the business is very, you know, clean cut, for it to look medical, for it to be very professional, versus it to be more of just something, you know, a little bit lower end.
This is why you're going to pay for a franchise, because they have all this amazing experience in marketing, and brand development, and all that stuff. So everything is in the place, everything is ready for you.
Right.
Show us around. What else is
okay. Like I said, we like to showcase not just also the procedures, but also our product lines that we have.
Oh, this is your product?
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we have, you know, creams, we have also serums, we have, like how you could see over there, back there on the collagen advanced. We also have nutritional products. So
is it sold anywhere? Products are sold anywhere outside of this office?
Yes,
Amazon,
so exactly. We started selling on Amazon. We started also, we're developing our e-commerce. We sell them on our website as well. But again, we want to also get it out there in other areas. So that's where we tested out Amazon, started working. We also have sold it in eBay. And as of now, we're playing a little bit with that, you know.
Let me know if you need any help. You know that we pushed our products really hard. You know, we're sending to Amazon, actually, we're sending the pallets now. So we started from selling a couple of jars a day.
Really?
Now we're bulking it in the pallets, and we're sending to multiple Amazon fulfillment centers. So let me know. Because I would assume that some of the customers who got the treatment here and say tomorrow they're in Columbus, Ohio, and they happen to be there for another 2-3 months, and they ran out of the serum, they might want to buy it. And then if you have it fulfilled by Amazon and they can order it today and get it delivered tomorrow, people will be buying this more and more. So if you have any questions, any help that you need, I have a team of people who are really dedicated only to Amazon sales and fulfillment. Just let us know.
Beautiful. Yeah. So yeah, and then the good thing is that we make sure that every treatment that we do, we use our own products.
Okay.
That way,
I was about to ask.
Exactly.
They're not from China. They're manufactured here in the States.
Exactly. And that way when someone's like, we like to make sure that, for instance, you're getting a facial, we have our specialists explain to you exactly what, okay, so now we're going to be applying this serum. This serum is vitamin C. It helps you with this. Educating the person when they're getting their treatment done, and then once they're done, having those products out so that they see, oh wow, those are the products that I see. They must sell them, hey, listen, when you get home, I really recommend that every night you put this on, and we have it on sale if you'd like.
Education.
Exactly.
Very important, yeah.
And all of our individuals on staff, they don't have to be sales individuals in the sales department to be salesmen. That's the way we like to train our employees. So every single day, we like for our employees that are doing treatments, for them to come to the front desk and tell us we have sold X amount of things. Goal is that anybody that comes in here leaves with something in their hand, whether it's a treatment or whether it's a product.
Yeah, and having products like that, I think, really increases the value of the brand, of the franchising offering, because, trust me, I developed a lot of brands in skincare, and I own them. Some are gone already, because creating that unique and special product and this kind of a beautiful look, extremely important and extremely hard, by the way. Without experience, you're gonna freak it up a couple of times until you get a really good product.
And it's another thing, you're already in trusted hands. So if you trust, the location you're going to, you say, okay, wow, I'm really happy with the results. Of course, you're gonna trust the product line. Okay. And it's
so the
brand
skincare,
awareness.
Skincare supply will be part of the franchise offering. So you're going to be supplying the franchisees with all the product line to sell and to make money on.
Absolutely. Okay. In fact, they are forced. That's in the FTD. That's the distributor that they need to. So it's good because they don't have to worry about.
Oh, this is great. This is great. This is like completely packaged business, ready to go. Skincare line is in place to make money. I don't know about this business, but in my business, selling the products is taking from anywhere from 5 to 7%. So all the gross profits are really depend on this. 7% is a big money, and then I would assume in this business, the skincare and aftercare products will take a huge part in sales. Especially, again, I want to emphasize that this is a beautiful product line. I really like it. All right, what else we got?
Alrighty, so let's confirm here. Okay, this right here is our actual, this is another one of our laser machines.
Looks like one of my first computers that I had.
Yeah, so you see here, this is a different one than the one that we saw in that frame earlier where it had the little dots.
Yeah.
So this one's more of like that linear motion.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this one would be
So this one does what? This is hair removal? Or
yes, hair removal, like for instance, like for legs, bikini area, and the other one that we saw that had the little dots is like for instance for like tattoo removal as well, and for scar removal.
But they're different machines.
Completely different machines, correct. But also, all of the machines that you're going to be using, we already have a sister company that is our distributor, which is called DermaPu. So DermaPu is what's going to be supplying all of our franchisees with all of their equipment, from the machines to the beds, everything. So
everything is in place.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And it's a sister company. Okay. So it's from the same owners, everything. Why? Because they already know the best machines and they already have that relationship because we have this location and because we've already purchased from them so much equipment. They've already established that relationship and partnership with us where we're going to have much more, it's going to be a lot more easier for a franchisee to come on board and have even financing options, for instance.
This is great.
Yeah.
They work nationwide? They're
Correct.
Not local? Okay.
Correct. That was very important for us as well, to work nationwide.
Yeah, so they can service all these machines and
Correct.
stuff. After the future location will be launched and built up and open its doors, what kind of support do you guys provide?
So one thing that is very important to us is that we don't put the marketing as well in the hands of our franchisees because we don't expect a franchisee to have experience in every aspect of the business.
Right.
And because we want individuals that don't have experience in every aspect to also have this opportunity, we want to make sure that, for instance, if you are going to handle the marketing, that you do follow our marketing guidelines. And if not, then okay, listen, we'll collect more of a national or local advertisement
Into
fee.
the fund.
Exactly, and then we'll handle that for you, and it's less work also for the franchisee, you know, and that way we ensure that everything stays uniform. We don't want for franchisees to be uploading pictures that don't match the guidelines and don't look as clean.
Maybe once in the blue they want to, they have to submit it to you, so you approve it right away within 24 hours, and then here you go.
Exactly, and we need content as well from
Absolutely, local content.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
Do you foresee customer service be done on the franchisee side or on your side?
Customer service, that's something that we believe could be handled. That's part of the training that I mentioned, how to properly handle that hospitality of the patient. And that's very important because a lot of times you will see that in a business like such, you will do, you know, your service perfectly on that individual, but because they wanted their money back and they did get the results, they will go online and they will try to sabotage your name.
Right.
So it's very, very important that you know how to properly handle that. You know, and we will have franchisees first just report the issue to us, and then from there, either A, will tell you exactly how to handle it, or B, you'll already you'll already be trained on how to handle that issue. You know, so that's something very important for us as well. You know,
cool.
we've had individuals, like for instance, go on Google and say, oh, you know, this service, and we've looked through our files and we're like, you're not even one of our patients, you know?
It's crazy.
Yeah, so we've had to definitely, you know,
you never know, maybe it's competition, who's getting pissed that you're growing and stuff like this. Yeah.
And you know, it's very important because you're always going to have that bad review, but what's important is how you take care of it and how then individuals see, okay, wow, they didn't just neglect that comment, they actually attended it and, you know, they corrected the issue. And, you know, one of the, like, for instance, like one of my suggestions was, okay, let's try to contact that person directly and offer them, you know, listen, if we give you a better service, you know, would you be so kind enough to take that down?
No.
And often working with patients like that, it helps, and they will take it down.
Huge office.
Yes, it is.
How long ago it was built, by the way? I see it's well kept up, like it's very clean.
I have pictures, in fact, when I first started working with them, before I was even in their sales, where this was completely empty. And within a month, I kid you not, we picked up the place and ball started rolling, and you see the appearance it has now. In fact, we're still even working on little details, like, you know, you'll see that some of our frames still are not put, like here, you know, in that room where we went in. So just little details like that, they're slowly coming up because we don't, and that's something that we're going to also emphasize on our franchisees. Do not believe that because you're not fully ready, I mean, you know, oh, we don't have the frames on our wall, that you can't get business started. You need to start the business started now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At the end of the day, obviously under law, where you have all your permits, you have everything. Once you have that, you know, ready, people are gonna understand. You guys are renovating the place. You guys are, you know, in the process. As long as it's, you know, an ambiance where an individual can come in and can safely get the procedure done, there's absolutely no reason why you should wait any more time.
By the way, construction-wise, do you have kind of a plan for the future franchisees, like how you can suggest them how the layout of the future space has to be?
We do.
Okay.
We do. We do, and we've actually have gone into every single one of our rooms, and we've measured everything, and we've told them, you know, according to the equipment that you need to have in this room,
I think it's a science.
This is how this is how big you could have it, and this is how small you could have it. Let's always try to go on the smaller size because every foot that you're stepping in, you're paying rent for, and you don't want to have empty space that is not making you any money. So this is our sales side. This is one of our sales girls.
So this is your area, huh?
And then this is where I sit.
Awesome. Looking
so
around.
This is our sales office. This is where it all goes down. Usually during the day you'll hear, listen, we sound like a little call center. You know, it's just pick up the phone call. It doesn't pick up, next one, like that. This is one of the corporate rooms as well.
More machines.
Right. So you see, at all times we like to play services on our TVs. This is another
These are
one
all
of
the services
machines.
that you guys provide?
Correct.
Okay.
We have all of our services on there. As you can see, those are, that's, you know, like a stretch mark, camouflage that's getting done there. This is also another contour machine that we have. It'll look something like this right here, where what it'll do is basically send out heat waves, and that's how you dilute the fat cells in that area. Usually what we do is, our specialty again is the combination of treatments for the patient. So it's, for instance, that's one called specifically, is called the TRILIPO. So TRILIPO is good for loose skin, so it helps with the tightening of the skin.
Okay.
And then we combine that with another treatment that's called carboxy. So carboxy, what it does is that they inject you actual oxygen.
I've heard about it.
Exactly. Yeah. And then what it does is that once you put that oxygen to that body, now it regenerates the skin in that area, and then you go over it with the TRILIPO, so you dilute that fat cell. So now you're looking at
a combination of services that actually.
Exactly, and that's how you get those optimal results.
Okay. So what makes this offering different from others?
So I believe that what makes this offering different is that we don't just settle in just having one service that we are, that's like our main service. It's pretty much distributed. Yes, we have more sales on certain services that we offer, but that's not the only thing that we offer. So a lot of places like, laser hair removal locations, that's all that they specialize in, just laser hair removal. Like for instance, Laser Away, that's a location and that's pretty much all they do.
Yeah.
Here we have, I like to call it, like a one-stop shop. It's a place where an individual can come in and they can attend their beauty needs in every aspect, from the very, very top, like your eyebrows, to your eyelashes, to your Botox, to your facials, to, corporate treatments, and endlessly, and that's the thing, we're always expanding our services. So that's pretty much, we have nutritional plans. So it's not just educating this individual on, okay, hey, we're going to do this treatment on you and all we care about is pretty much having your money and doing this treatment on you. No, we want to make sure that, again, we don't know if you're gonna walk out of here and go eat a burger, but at least we're gonna give you a nutritional plan that we suggest that you follow in order for you to have the perfect results,
You don't think it's bad not to focus on one specific treatment, but to offer like a variety of services? Customers might think that you're trying to catch all the fishes in the pond without focusing on one specific fish and you're really good at it?
No, because I think that what we do is that we delegate. For instance, like our specialist Valentina, she is actually only focused on specifically the stretch mark and the medical camouflage. That is our person to go to with any questions regards to that. Then
separate
we have
people do botox.
Exactly. Then we have the medical assistant, where that's all she comes in here to work on doing. She has nothing to do with laser. You might ask her a question and she could answer it, but we always say, we don't want to misinform you and specifically in that aspect, we'll bring in our actual specialists in laser to come in and to evaluate you and give, her most educated analysis on this.
This is great.
So that's where we create a team,
Okay.
Yeah. So as you can see here, see DermaPew. So this is gonna be the distributor for our franchisees for all of their products. So we've partnered up with the distributors and manufacturers that offer it so that we can then now private label it into that sister company that's going to be offering the franchisees their products.
Okay. What's the most popular service?
Corporate treatments. So aside from the medical camouflage, our also most common one would be the virtual lipo. And
what is that? Virtual?
It's basically you get the results of an actual lipo in your selected area without it having to be invasive, and you see your results a month after. So you could only get one a month done because what they do is that they inject fat burners into your body, into that area to target localized fat, and then you have to pretty much wear like a belt exactly in that area to keep that all put together. Follow a liquid diet for approximately 3 to 4 days, and then again you get the results of losing inches off your body, which is like what an actual lipo will do, but you have no downtime, which is what's great. You can walk out of here and just go into your normal day life, and of course, when I say you get the results of a lipo, I'm not saying you're going to lose 20 pounds. If you want to do that, then of course you can do multiple ones, but you do definitely lose inches off your body. And then after that, once you lose those inches off your body, like how I mentioned, you want to do a whole package of customized treatments for this individual. Then you'll go over with then the TRILIPO and carboxy to then get rid of that loose skin from that area that you lost.
That's going to combine to see the actual results.
Exactly.
Yep. Okay. That's great.
Yep. So, and then here, this is just our break room. This is where we'll come in, have lunch. We have coffee for our patients,
Can I have a coffee, by the way?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So what do you like? Espresso, cortadito, cappuccino?
Cortadito is great,
Cortadito?
actually, yeah.
All right, awesome. So we have our nice little branded cups.
Oh, this is
people,
this is
you
great.
know,
Very
people
important.
can come in, they take their picture in the lobby, tag us,
Yeah.
you know, kind of thing. And you know, things like, for instance, we're doing the cancer awareness, right? So this month we'll do like the pink cups, you know,
Okay.
little
Nice.
things like that. So we like to make sure that the individual, when they come in, hospitality is very important. The way that you feel at a location is nice.
And
you
the
know?
thing, I think you really have to figure out the Instagram the thing, because all these pictures on the walls, it's so Instagrammable. Like if you post all this, and especially if you give some small budgets and do it like split tests, if you target say only doral, only females from to, and then just give a couple $100 budget and see the results, and especially if you can track those results.
Absolutely.
Asking the customers, how did you hear about us, and you know you can.
Yeah, and a really good. Sorry, would you
Thank
like
you
sugar?
so much. No, thank you.
Okay. A really very strong value proposition and value point in sales is actual results. So you need that before and after.
Absolutely.
You know, so that is something that an individual is going to say, before I even waste my time going into an evaluation, does this show me results? I need to see that. So having that content of actual results of ourselves is very, very powerful.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
I'm sure you understand this without me, but then if you're able to post before and afters and target, say, women who are in the pregnancy kind of stage,
Absolutely.
before or after, because you understand that you can.
Of course.
This is
It's
great.
more targeted and it's more direct to your actual client base that's more qualified.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, you're
All
not
that-
just shooting anywhere this content.
Yeah, so I think
know?
this will be number one to figure out. Very important. Let's do it together. I'm actually really interested. We should
Awesome.
do some. Awesome, man. Thank you so much for giving us a tour.
No, thank you guys for visiting.
Thank you. I think it's an amazing franchise offering. Anna, can you offer any kind of discount for my subscribers?
Yeah, absolutely. So I offer them 10% off on all of our services.
What
You know
is it?
what? As a matter of fact, it's you guys. Let's do it at 20%.
20%?
20%.
Thank you so much.
You got
man.
it. Hi, Hina. How are you? Daria, nice to meet you. Okay. You can have a seat and we'll be right with you, okay? Thank you so much. Awesome. Beautiful. So you're gonna go ahead and fill this out for me. Would you like anything to drink?
Some water.
Some water? Awesome. Hold on.
All right, guys. Today we're here at MakeOver Aesthetics in Miami, Florida, right? So I'm doing a C-section scar treatment. It's a laser type of treatment, and I've never done anything before. I had a C-section twice.
And be with our specialist. This is our specialist,
Daria. Nice.
Valentina Munevar, and she is our specialist in camouflage or medical camouflage for stretch marks, for scars, and as I mentioned, so we have various treatments. We don't only have the camouflage, we also treat scars with laser treatments so that we can get the ideal results. It depends on the condition of the scar and of the stretch mark. Okay, so you can go ahead and get dressed and you can put on our gown. Okay.
We're going to do right now the laser skin resurfacing. We can use it for stretch marks, for dark spots, for scars, and we can regenerate the collagen and the elasticity to the skin, okay?
Is it the only service you're doing for scars or no?
No, we have a lot of services for scars, especially depend of the scar. If the scar have like hyperpigmentation, we need to do another process. But right now you have a very good healing, so we are going to regenerate the collagen in your skin, and we are gonna improve your scar like 90% of right now that you have.
Okay. Do you think how many treatments do I need?
Just three sessions. For you, 3 sessions, but the treatment sometimes needs to 3 sessions to 6 sessions.
Okay. And what's the aftercare process?
Okay, the aftercare is very important because you need to avoid sun. You need to keep your area dry. You need to, for 1 month, at least 1 month, or during the treatment, okay, for 3 months.
What about shower? When I can start taking shower again?
You can take shower tomorrow, but you need to put the healing ointment before taking the shower. You're gonna have a very perfect result. You're gonna love the result.
Okay.
And actually, we can do it for loose skin or flaccid skin. You know, like after the pregnancy is perfect. This treatment for the loose skin on the stomach area.
Do you use the same laser for hair removal, or it's a different one? It's a different
It's
one.
a different technology.
So this one is specifically for
Yeah, this is a
scars
new
and stuff.
technology, the laser skin resurfacing. It's a 2019 technology that we have. We only have this technology here in Miami.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm ready.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna protect my eyes because I need to wear glasses, and I'm gonna give you to protect your eyes.
Okay.
Okay, that will be very quickly. It doesn't hurt. Okay, you're not gonna feel any pain.
Okay.
Okay, it is just a little scar here. You have a very good skin. You're gonna heal very fast.
Do you ever put some numbing cream before or no?
No, because it doesn't feel anything. It's just like a little hot on the area.
Okay.
So the energy is dependent of the treatment, okay? I'm gonna use a low energy in your case.
My lashes are so long. Glasses are-
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna do it just one time to see how it feels. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Wow, I don't feel anything. I mean, it's crazy because I got my eyebrow tattoo removal. Oh my God, it was so painful, and they did the numbing cream, and it was still super painful. This, like, I don't feel anything. This is crazy.
And there it is.
That's
so
it?
Quickly. Yes. So right now you see only the dots, but
Can
then
I remove or no?
yes, you can. You can see the dots. Okay. Right now you don't have any inflammation, but you're gonna be red. You're gonna see it red. Maybe in 1 or 2 hours, and you need to put a lot of healing cream, okay, to protect the area.
Do you put anything on top of it? No,
Yeah,
nothing?
right now I'm gonna put the healing. Okay, this is the Aquaphor. Okay, you need to put it every day, twice per day, and before taking the shower, okay? It's very quickly, it doesn't hurt, and the results are
honestly,
amazing.
It's crazy. I'm surprised again, but my eyebrow tattoo removal was a nightmare.
Yeah.
It was so bad. Okay, so thank you so much. I'm excited to see how it's gonna look like
So the second session, it will be 4 to 6 weeks.
after.
Depend of the healing process, but I think that in maybe in 3 weeks we can do the
3
second time.
Okay. All right.
All right, guys. Use the promo code Investigator if you're going to get 20% of any services that Makeover Skincare provides. Comment down below what you think about the company. Please follow Anna. I'm going to put all their social media down. If you have any questions whatsoever, please go ahead and ask her. Everything is super brandable. The concept is sick. I like all the designs that they have for the products, interiors, all the rooms. The great benefit that I see is they have agreements with all the equipment companies. They're marketed amazingly. Everything is branded. We're also gonna put all the links down below to the franchise offering, to Anna's page, and to company's page. Please follow us and comment down below what do you think about this franchise offering, and would you want to be a part of this. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you soon.